Kotaku article from yesterday. Star Citizen developers fed up after being expected to work during devastating Texas snowstorm. Oh, thank you, Nathan Grayson. Liquefy this article. Put it directly into my veins. It is so good. Evil CIG wants you to take vacation time if you cannot come into the office during a natural disaster, which is a perfectly normal thing for a company to do, right? Oh, it's so good. So good. All right, first of all, thank you, Nathan Grayson, for this. I've been waiting for something good to come out. Now, that is not a name I recognize on Star Citizen content. I don't believe I've recognized any articles from him on Star Citizen before, and looking at his recent articles, he does a lot of Valheim, and I gotta say, Nathan Grayson, if you watch this, I have read your Valheim articles, this one on the boat flying around. I saw that. I've been playing Valheim. There's a ton of people playing right now on my server, and I gotta say, I know your work, but I don't know your name, but I know your name now. So let's understand what's happening in this article. Let's go down a path of logic reasoning to see if Nathan Grayson gets a new one ripped at the end of this video or not. Because look, we gotta understand there's a realm of possibility that this could happen, but I'm gonna show you why I'm highly skeptical that this is absolute nonsense. Tyler himself saying this is an outright lie. We'll dig in deeper to that, but first of all, if you don't know what's happening, basically, huge snowstorm in Texas. Everyone remembers that, right? Now, a lot of you who might live in countries where there's snow going, what is the big deal? Let me tell you, as someone who's lived in places where there's lots of snow and places where there is no snow, how devastating an inch of snow can be. Now, I've lived in Toronto. Hey, Montreal office, CIG, if they get 5 inches of snow, it's called a Tuesday. But Austin office, if they get an inch of snow, now I didn't live in Texas, but I lived in North Carolina. And who remembers this picture from 2004, right? This happened north of Crabtree Mall. Glenwood Avenue, and this is an inch of snow. Okay, this was devastating. Who remembers this meme here? Yeah, this is North Carolina with an inch of snow. You don't leave the house, and I found that so strange when I first moved there, that this situation. But in places that aren't prepared for cold weather, it's devastating to get any amount of cold weather. And Texas was a victim of that, with burst pipes, with flooding, with frozen roads, with power going out. It wasn't good. It was really a natural disaster. People died. It was very, very serious. So what we have here are 6 anonymous sources approaching Nathan Grayson of Kotaku, of all people and of all publications, him, which I found strange, first of all, because he doesn't do Star Citizen slam work. His work is bubbly, upbeat, current. So I found this strange that he would be the one approached, but let's get to that towards the end. First, read some of the claims here. All right, let's dig in. Let's get to the first paragraph, and we'll start dissecting this and see where things go wrong and why I have a feeling that Nathan Grayson was duped here, but we'll get to that towards the end of this video. Last month, the entirety of Texas ground to a halt after the colossal winter storm pushed the state's cordon-off power grid to the brink. Power and heat outages, as well as resulting food and water shortages, led to many businesses temporarily shutting down. This included a large number of video game studios. Those that did not, however, one stands out. Cloud Imperium, the evil ones, whose employees' confidence in the company remains shaken after they spent the week trying to juggle work and survival. You see, CIG doesn't care about its employees. That would make them take, well, we'll get to the good part. Here we go, all right? In a statement to Kotaku, sent the week of the snowstorm, CIG talked about how Austin employees had banded together to provide each other with aid, which employees speaking to Kotaku under the condition of anonymity say is true because functionally speaking, CIG had left them high and dry. Oh, now there's anonymous sources saying CIG just left us high and dry, and this goes completely against what I heard, way ahead of this article, all right? There are several individuals I know working in the Austin office that I knew before they went to work in the Austin office, Wikipedia being one of them. And Wikipedia tweeted this out when the storm happened. Let me just find the tweet about it. His place got flooded, all right? And according to this article, CIG were like, tough luck. I mean, your stuff flooded, you can't come in, you got burst pipes, you have no food. You better take some personal time off, a vacation time, because that's what we at CIG do. That's what the article is saying, right? Well, let's take a look. Now, see the floor here? That's Wikipedia's floor. Now, he doesn't have a glossy floor. That's actually hardwood, which is covered with an inch of water. Thankfully, his rig there was lifted up, didn't suffer water damage, but his place was flooded, destroyed. Here's a video of water just coming down from the apartment above him. Can you hear that?
And there's my apartment right there. I'm fucked.
CIG reached out to him, went above and beyond to make sure everything was fine and he was okay, and if he needed everything, they went out of the way for him. It's so strange to hear this article say the exact opposite of non-anonymous individuals. Non-anonymous individuals all saying, Craigland, well, Astropub doesn't work there, but Astropub lives in Texas and has plenty of friends in the studio saying this is not true. Cinder, that's Fall, Dave Colson, Wikipedia, I just showed you. Jake, former from Reddit, now works at CIG. John Crew, Jay Lee, everyone saying what Tyler's saying, and say this is weird to me. No one on my team had to use personal time off. Now, the claim in the article was that if you cannot make your time, here it is right in the paragraph below. Communication. All 6 sources agreed. These are 6 anonymous sources. The week began with interaction set the tone. On Monday, sources said an Austin office manager told employees, many of whom had already lost power, to figure it out. Figure out how you're going to make up lost time to me in the future. Specifically, this week or weekend as a first option according to one source. So let's be completely fair here. CIG is a large company. You guys who work at large companies, has there ever been a miscommunication, a breakdown in communication when someone did not get a memo, someone didn't get a text message? It is possible, all right? I'm saying it's possible that some manager who has a deadline and has to get a bonus told the people under him, goes, yeah, you got to make up the lost time. Oh, you're flooded and you can't drive to work and you have no power. Make it up to me. Use your vacation time. Is that within the realm of possibility? You know what? I think that is, I want to say absolutely not. But again, is it possible that some manager didn't get a memo and did it? It's possible. But then I'll show you why it becomes less and less likely, all right? Figure out, make it up for you in the future. This week as a first option, that source said the office manager continued. Assuming roads are clear, we can also manage a few people in the studio, which is closed except to the core employees, by the way. If all else fails, then personal time off, whatever time you cannot make up. All right? Everyone pay attention to that. This manager says you take personal time off for the time you cannot make up. So this is now where it gets a little hairy. And the reason why Zyler goes, I spoke to everyone and I think this is an outright lie. Well, here is where it becomes the provable lie, okay? Scroll down a couple of paragraphs. The employees who hadn't lost power cell service pushed back, noting that prolonged power outages could cost them an entire week of personal time off and possibly more if they had to deal with burst pipes and other damages. Wikipedia saying that is not the case. He is a guy with an actual burst pipe and damages, all right? And not anonymous. Others did not have any personal time off to spare, but upper management held firm. So here's the thing. I don't know how many managers or assistant managers there are at CIG, but there are a handful of upper management at CIG Austin office that can directly be accessed by people there like Tyler and saying, I checked. No upper management said this. That is a lie. Part 2 of what he says. Everyone I'm checking with was told, clock in as if they had worked. Oh, you can't come in? No problem. You have no power? No problem. Clock in as if you're working. We're going to pay you anyway. And to focus on personal safety first, not work. Wow, what an amazing concept, to care about your employees. that goes completely against what this article is about. How does CIG care about employees? They even sent Fumio here and every single other employee working from home a care package. All right, he was the lighting artist, and here's a care package every single employee got when the whole thing began with COVID and everyone's working from home. They're going, hey, you're working from home? Have some damn snacks. All right? I'm not saying this is all they do. They've done more than that. But to say that CIG is evil CIG doesn't care about its employees, not true. An upper management holding firm, not true. That is definitely not true. That is a lie. So that's where the lie is. So the article goes on and on. CIG bad. CIG doesn't care. All other gaming companies good. CIG bad. And the 6 anonymous sources are the ones which sent him this information. And he seems to think the 6 anonymous sources are news enough. So let me explain why I'm highly skeptical now. I believe Nathan Grayson does not write hit pieces. It's not what he does. Now, there are some other publications, Inside Gaming, massively OP. Those are opinion pieces. Their opinion is Star Citizen is a horrible game that'll never be made. We can discuss, we can debate. Inside Gaming, Star Citizen is the worst thing ever, it'll never get made. We can discuss, we can debate. That's opinion. This piece is not an opinion piece. This piece, I believe Nathan Grayson wants to write out of good faith. He goes, I was contacted by 6 individuals, not 1, not 2, 6 individuals claiming to be CIG employees. Now, what proof they provide? In the past, we've had some people posting, faking their employment at CIG, saying, here's my lanyard and my card, which allows me access in the office. CIG then coming and going, no, those are not the lanyards we actually use. That is fake. So it's happened in the past. None more famous than the recent one, the post on Glassdoor, which has since been taken down. Now, Glassdoor is a site where you as an ex-employee can write about the company. And a former employee, senior physics programmer, who is John Pritchett, who we all know if you follow the project, when you fly a spaceship in Star Citizen, the flight is controlled by the IFCS. That's the Internal Flight Control System. And the math and the physics behind that was written by a very smart guy named John Pritchett. Now, when the flight system was close to being finished, they didn't need him on full-time as staff. They said, okay, you know what? We don't need you anymore. He left the company on to do other things. And up comes this post on Glassdoor. And the post on Glassdoor, it sounds good. It really sounded legit. I enjoyed my time working there. The physics model pushing CryEngine Lumberyard to the limits were amazing, blah, blah. The cons, after initial enthusiasm and glow the first 3 years, sour turn, the model was bad, things were good, but then they went bad. My advice is the scope is too big. Sounds legit, right? Because he's taking facts here, which a lot of people would agree with. Turns out that John Pritchett, upon finding out that this Glassdoor piece was there, from his own personal Facebook account goes, yeah, I didn't write that. This post here by the senior physics programmer, which John Pritchett, was at CIG, was not written by me. Someone took the time and effort to sit down and write the entire thing. This is just a summary. It's a long piece, a really long, in-depth piece, claiming to be John Pritchett. And John Pritchett goes, no, this is me. John Pritchett then contacts Glassdoor, says this is fake, it's not me. Glassdoor since taking that down. But I'm just demonstrating the lengths at which some people or some groups of people go to fake Star Citizen, to fake them being employees at Star Citizen, to pass on information to individuals like Nathan Grayson, who I think here was contacted by 6 individuals claiming that upper management said something, which upper management then says, we said no such thing. I can't find anyone who said that thing. I think Nathan Grayson here was duped, was tricked into it. But I do also put a small little sliver that maybe, just maybe, in a company this size, there was some manager that goes, you know what? If I got to get my bonus, I got to hit my deadlines, I need my employees to do this, this, and this, and this. Well, every single employee, well, not every single, so many went to social media and go, this is not my team. These are all individuals from different teams. None of us have experiences. We don't know what you're talking about. It's not difficult to check with upper management. They said, oh, the upper management held firm. Zyla going in saying, yeah, I can't find any of this upper management you speak of. I just can't find it. But I will say this to CIG PR, and you need to get your act together on certain things. When something comes through that just doesn't sound right, this is not the correct response. Where is it? Here we go. The expectation was clear, say the employees be prepared to work through natural disaster, make up for later at the cost of 4 hours of ridiculous claim. But so Nathan goes and reaches out to CIG, goes, can you get back to us on this? And here's the response. CIG provided Kotaku with a statement. CIG is saddened to hear these allegations from anonymous sources. No! Okay, I understand why. They're leaving the door open going, we haven't really investigated this. This doesn't sound right. We will investigate. But right now we're saddened to hear the allegation. No, CIG PR. This is a lie. This is true. This does not pass the smell test. It is highly unlikely. We think this is fake. That should be the response. And then if CIG investigates and find out there was a manager who did this, then roll back and say, you know what? If we were wrong, there was a manager. This was corrected. Our apologies. But come on. That doesn't pass the smell test the first second. The first second comes out and goes, yeah, anonymous sources saying upper management held firm. No single upper manager at CIG will go, hey, natural disaster, you can't come into work. Considered vacation time taken. That sounds ridiculous. So CIG PR, really get on the ball here. You say no, fake, false, not true, lies. Anyway, let's move on here. And I think with that, the summary is, in my opinion, based upon the history that CIG's had of people faking their employment, they're faking to be employees, showing fake lanyards, showing fake access cards, writing fake reviews on Glassdoor, only to have the actual ex-employee going, yeah, I didn't write this. I don't know why this would be up there even. I think it is definitely within the realm of possibility that Nathan Grayson received fake anonymous information here, which he thought he was going to be getting a scoop on. He thought he was going to do the right thing by exposing this, but I think he's definitely been taken for a ride on this. So with that, let me leave it up to you and say, what do you guys think is the real story here? Do you think CIG would actually tell employees suffering from a natural disaster that their time not being able to come in and work must be considered vacation time? Insane. If you are part of a company that has done that, let me know. I'm really curious to know. Otherwise, your comments below, appreciate it. Thumbs up if you enjoyed my video. Subscribe if you like my content. I'd appreciate that too. I'll catch you in the next one.